is in Miami with her male best friend right now. I, 29, male, packed my bags and left. This is going to be long, so buckle up. I need to get it all out because my head feels like it's about to explode. I've been with her for 7 years, 5 dating, 2 married. We've been through the usual life stuff, job changes, some family drama, and saving for a house. It's not always movie perfect, but I thought we'd sail through. She's been my person, my safe place, and I've always thought the same went the other way. That she saw me as her partner, not just some guy she shares a lease with. I've never been overly jealous or controlling. I don't snoop on her phone, though I know her password. I don't check her location, though I have access to it. I believe if you have to do that, you're already screwed. She has male friends, I have female friends. It's never been an issue because we both respected boundaries. Before we even got married, she told me about her best friend from high school. We'll call him Zach. She's known him for over 12 years. They were neighbors for many years during their teens. Apparently, he was the person she called when her grandma passed, when she got her first job, and when she broke up with her serious boyfriend and had fights with her girlfriends. Basically, he's been her constant. I met him once before the wedding. Seemed like a decent guy. He's quiet, polite, and doesn't dominate the conversation. He was at our wedding also, gave us a nice gift, shook my hand, and congratulated us. No bad vibes. But I also noticed something even back then. When she's talking to him, there's a light in her eyes, a comfort, that she could say or do whatever she wants and he would have her back. Not necessarily romantic, but definitely intense. He looks at her the same way, like she's his favorite person in the world. I've always had this small nagging thought in the back of my mind. If Zach ever decided he wanted her, would she say no? But every time I voiced anything even close to that, she'd roll her eyes and say, "God, you sound like my dad. If I wanted him, I could have had him a long back." The best thing about all this is he doesn't live here. He's settled in Canada ever since I had known her. Now, last month, she came home practically bouncing. Zach's coming to town to work for a month. His company got him here, staying in a hotel downtown. She's so excited. You'd think she just won concert tickets. Since then, she was counting days on her fingers when they would meet. The day he arrived, she rushed to meet him. I didn't think much of it. All drinks after his meetings. He didn't know where to get good tacos, so I took him to that place we like. At first, I told myself not to be insecure. He came over to our place a couple of times. We watched a game, ordered pizza, sipped beer, and talked about work. Another time, we grabbed brunch together. He was friendly enough. I don't know what's going between them, but he didn't even try to overstep me. Remained polite and gentle with me. And I noticed he never mentioned dating anyone seriously. I asked him about his relationship. He blushed and said he had never found anyone who he could fall in love with. Said wasn't ready for a commitment. Just flings or hookups. But here's the thing. Every time she talked about him, there was this extra something. He's always available for her calls, checking in with her about random stuff, like about her dad's health, or her evil coworker, or her job switch progress. They never ran out of topics. In the third week of his trip, Zach's company throws a huge annual event. It's one of those high-profile corporate things where they rent out a fancy venue, have live performances, and give awards. The invite was +1. Guess who's his arm swinger? My wife. She comes to me giggling and bouncing. "You won't believe Zach's company is hosting an event at Ritz, and they have all these comedians and bands playing live." I nodded, good for him. She goes on, "And he's got a +1 invite. I can't wait to attend it." I stopped. "And he has asked you to go with him?" She laughed. "Of course, who else he has in this city?" I was like, "Isn't it a little too much that he's asking you to attend his office event?" She shrugged. "No, why? I mean, it's just an event, not a prom where you can only take your date." I had no logical points to counter except that I was feeling sick of all this. If I said anything, she would call me insecure or unreasonable. So I sucked it up, and it's just an event she's attending with her friend. Okay, no big deal. So I'm at home while my wife's dressed up, drinking champagne, dancing, and attending her favorite artist live, all with another man. She comes home at 1 a.m., tipsy, talking about how amazing the night was. I try to hide the fact that I feel like crap. I tell myself, she's home. She didn't cheat. Don't be the insecure husband. I was counting the days until the Zach guy leaves. It was almost his last week in the city, and I had started breathing calmly that he would leave soon. Then on Thursday night, I was watching TV. She casually strolls and drops, "Hey, you know Zach and his team have done amazing work on his offsite project, and his company is taking him
to a week-long trip in Miami, all expenses paid.
At this point, I knew that's not it, and there's more to come.
He gets to bring a +1, and I'm going with him.
Silence. She didn't ask. She just tells me. No, what do you think? No, would you be okay with that? Just a statement of fact. I laughed because at that moment, I really didn't know how to react. I was praying it was a joke. It was not. I wanted to scream and freak out, but I knew it won't help. So I took a deep breath and told her I'm not comfortable with it. She cuddles me.
Nothing's going to happen. We're not even physically attracted to each other.
I stopped her and said, that's not the point. You're married. A week-long tropical trip with another man is crossing a line. Her response?
Why should I turn down a free trip? Flights, hotel, food, everything's covered. It's just a vacation.
We were arguing, and somehow we got to a point where I said, you anyway have to book your own room. His company is not paying for yours, or are you sharing a room with him? To this she laughed.
If that's a problem, I'll make him sleep on the couch. He can do it for me.
I was dead shocked. So your original plan was to share a bed? She did this. Cue eye roll.
Not like we'd do anything.
I lost my crap. I told her clearly if she goes, I'll see it as her choosing him over me. She tried to convince me.
I don't feel anything for him. He's just a friend. I love you. That's why I married you. He was already my friend when I chose you. If I had feelings for him, why would I have married you?
Yada yada. She blabbered 100 different reasons why I should trust her, but I didn't budge. Her closing sentence was,
You're being ridiculous. I'm going whether you like it or not.
I was shocked to hell. She stormed inside the bedroom, thinking I'll crawl behind her. I didn't. I dozed off right there on the couch. The next morning when I woke up, I saw her packing. That's when I realized she told me about the trip just a day before. She packed and left without any further talks. Doesn't even hug me goodbye. Just left. It was good in a way that she didn't pretend. I was tearing up inside, but somehow got ready and went to work. Couldn't concentrate for a minute. Helplessly confronted Zach, texted him. You know you're crossing a line taking a married woman on this trip, right? We're just friends, man. Don't make it weird. Friends don't sleep in the same hotel room in Miami. We're not doing anything. If you trust her, you shouldn't have a problem. That was enough for me. He knows exactly what he's doing. Was hiding behind friendship while taking my wife to the beach. The whole of Friday I spent relentlessly at the office. In the evening, to distract my mind, engrossed in TV. I couldn't. Restlessly, I tossed in my bed with all sorts of wild thoughts running through my head. I realized my marriage was over. This wasn't about cheating. This was about respect. And she had none left for me. At 4 a.m., I got up and went for a run. The apartment was suffocating me. I called my friend and confided in him. He came over. Though he gets my point of view, he still insists I don't make any impulsive decisions. Asked me to wait until she's back. Maybe talk it out and set boundaries. I said that train has long left. The emptiness and silence of that house was killing me, so I packed a few essentials and went to my friend's. Then we both sat and found a divorce attorney, but it took 3 days to get his 30-minute appointment. The meeting is in the next 2 hours, and I'm super nervous. I don't know if I'm filing yet, but I need to know my options. Because right now, my wife is in Miami with another man, and I don't think I'll ever look at her the same way again. If this post gets enough traction, I'll update after the lawyer meeting. But honestly, I think I already know how this ends. Thanks for reading. It's not about jealousy, it's about respect, and clearly she's made her choice about what that means. You set a boundary, she ignored it, and you acted on it. Walking out, giving yourself space, and talking to a lawyer is exactly the kind of self-respect move you needed. Update 1. When I posted the first part, I didn't think I'd be writing a second one this soon. I figured I'd be sitting in limbo for weeks, maybe months, trying to decide whether to pull the plug on my marriage, but it's only been 9 days since she left for Miami, and my life looks completely different. I decided I wasn't going to fold. If she wanted to play the free spirit card, fine, I'd treat her like she was single. I muted her on social media so I wouldn't have to see her posts. I didn't block her. That would have been too obvious. I made sure she'd feel the emptiness on my end. No, hope you're having fun. No sentimental goodbyes. I gave her the silence she deserves. 2 days later, a mutual friend sent me her Instagram story. She was in a bikini, sitting on Zach's shoulders in a pool, playing chicken fight against another couple. The caption read, "Best weekend ever." I didn't respond. Didn't need to. That image alone told me every boundary I'd ever tried to set meant nothing to her. Meanwhile, I spent the weekend sulking, ranting to my friend, and imagining my divorced life. Monday morning, I was sitting in a divorce lawyer's office. We went over property division, bank accounts, what would happen with the apartment. It felt cold, transactional, but also giddy to be getting rid of her entitled butt. The lawyer asked if I wanted to file immediately or just prepare the paperwork. I told her to prepare it. I wanted everything ready so I could pull the trigger the moment she confronts. The next was to find a place before she comes back. My friend's colleague was looking to rent his spare room. I took it. She was supposed to return on Saturday, so I thought of vacating it on Friday. But Wednesday, I got a text from her that she was coming back. She called me several times, but I didn't respond. She then left a blabbering voicemail that Zach betrayed her and maybe it wasn't a great idea to go with him. Turns out, Zach had a girlfriend back in Canada, and he never mentioned this to Amelia. Not a fling or a temporary one, but a long-term girlfriend of 3 years. Told her it was just a work trip. The funny part was, he never mentioned his so-called best friend Amelia to her ever. His girlfriend somehow found out about their trip and threw explosives at her. Called her all sorts of names under the sun. Accused her of sleeping with Zach. Amelia swore up and down to his girlfriend that nothing happened between them. Not in Miami, not ever. That woman wasn't buying it. Only a fool would believe that they shared a room but didn't cross the line. When Amelia confronted Zach about it, he just snapped and stormed out to book the next flight back to Canada to smooth things over with his girlfriend. So now she was telling me,
"I'm coming home. Nothing happened, I swear."
This was her version, so I don't know how much truth it had. She sent me this voicemail while packing for her return. I didn't reply. Just grabbed my clothes, toiletries, laptop, and a few things that mattered to me. Left all the wedding photos hanging on the wall. Didn't want to deal with them yet. While I was still packing, I got a call from an unknown number. I almost ignored it. Was in a hurry, but curiosity won. There was a woman on the other end with a sharp voice. She started off,
"You don't know me. I'm Zach's girlfriend, and I think your wife's been playing with fire."
She thought I didn't know that my wife was with him. She found out about the Miami trip when someone from Zach's company posted an Instagram story with Zach and my wife playing pool basketball, hugging and swinging in each other's arms. She wasn't calling to sympathize, but to tell me that she was going to earth scorch on them. Said, "I already called your wife, told her exactly what I think of her. She can claim nothing happened all she wants, but you don't fly to Miami with someone's boyfriend for fun unless you're asking for trouble." I listened to her rant. Didn't reveal my plans yet. Who knows if she calls Amelia and tells her what's awaiting for her here. My plan of blindsiding would flop. I told her she can do whatever she thinks fit, and I'll do what suits me. She sounded dangerous, and I didn't want to play ally with her. Thursday morning, Amelia rolled her butt back into town, probably expecting me to be thrilled with her early return. Instead, she opened the door to our apartment and found my stuff was gone. She texted me, called me, no answer. Apparently, she even showed up at my friend's place. I'd made sure to move out before she comes for me. My friend told me later she knocked for 10 minutes. He didn't open the door. That night, she sent me a string of texts.
"Where are you? We need to talk. I came home for you. I swear nothing happened. We slept on separate beds."
Still, nothing from me. Then she sent me a last voicemail before going silent.
"I'll give you the space. Come back, hun. I'm waiting."
Weekend went by. I set up my new room. Monday, I got a call from the lawyer that the papers were ready. I drove to his office. We reviewed the divorce paperwork, made sure everything was all right. She asked if I wanted to serve Amelia at home or work. I chose home. I still have access to the door camera, and I wanted to see her face when she was served. She opened the door, in sweats, hair in a bun, coffee in hand. The server handed her the manila envelope and said, "You've been served." I could see her freeze, staring at the papers like they were radioactive. She looked around the hallway, almost like she could sense I was nearby. Within minutes, my phone blew up.
"Are you serious? You're ending our marriage over one trip? You couldn't even talk to me first?"
Still nothing from me. She must have called her mom right after because by the next day, I was getting a call from her too. I let the call go to voicemail, and she was spitting venom. "I can't believe you're doing this over a little vacation. Amelia's always been independent. You can't cage a free spirit." That line again. Like being independent meant you get a hall pass for disrespecting your marriage. In the evening, I got a private text from her dad. "If my wife pulled that, I'd be gone too." At least someone in that family had sanity. Amelia then called up my lawyer and requested a talk before deciding to sign the papers. I refused, but my legal team said that out-of-court settlement can expedite the process. So I agreed to meet at my lawyer's office. She was already there pacing in the waiting room when I walked in. The moment she saw me, she went off.
"You're blowing this out of proportion. I told you nothing happened."
Her sudden outburst took me off. I sat down quietly, listening to her rant. Her tone shifted from abrupt to calm. She tried the usual,
"If I wanted to be with Zach, I would have been years ago. He's just a friend."
After listening to what she had to say, I patiently replied, "Friends don't take married people to Miami for a week, and married people who care about their spouse don't go. It's not about whether something happened. It's about you hearing me say I wasn't okay with it and going anyway. You didn't care what it did to me." Her voice cracked.
"So that's it? You're done?"
I nodded. She sank onto the chair, holding those divorce papers like they were some pop quiz she hadn't studied for. With her teary eyes, she pleaded my lawyer for a couple of days to sign the papers. She agreed. The next day, I got to know that she had signed. She got her freedom, and I got mine. I hope it goes smooth from here. I don't want thrill in my life anymore. Update 2. So yeah, we're divorced now. After Amelia signed the papers, I got a call from Zach's girlfriend again. This time, she was a little calmer, but still had the same vindictive vibe. She said she was glad I had the spine to kick out my cheating wife's butt, but she was a different breed, informing about her engagement with Zach. I was shocked that she was still with the guy who cheated on her. She said,
"I'm locking this in so she can watch us exchanging vows and kissing at the altar. Not because I love him, because it'll eat her alive. She'll burn in hell."
Not only that, she made Zach call Amelia right in front of her and break this news to her. Apparently, my ex had a meltdown on hearing this and asked Zach if he really wanted to spend his life with that woman. Later, she called Zach and tried to manipulate him to break up with his girlfriend. That woman is clever. She had cloned his phone into hers. When she got to know that Amelia hasn't backed off yet, she went nuclear on her, abusing her right, left, and center. Also, made Zach block her on all platforms. She swore to destroy Amelia. Her words, "I'm not breaking up with him and letting them live in peace. That would be too convenient for both of them. I'll marry him if I have to. I'll destroy them both as punishment for betraying me. I don't care if I live with a man who disgusts me. Your witch is not going to get what she wants." It was weird and scary. She was ready to drown herself to take down her enemy. I know where she's going. She'll marry Zach and tear Amelia apart emotionally. Then maybe she would divorce him and take half of his assets. He earns well and has good ancestral properties. I can only imagine the pain and humiliation Amelia must have been through. Boy, do I care. Absolutely not. Hearing that woman talk, I realized I'd made the cleanest break possible. No screaming, no drama, just walking away and letting them destroy themselves. During the court trial, she showed up looking miserable, as if she has given up on life. During the break, her mother came to me and asked if she could talk for a few minutes. I nodded. She said Amelia was slipping into depression. I asked whether it was because of the divorce or because her best friend had blocked her and was marrying the woman who abused her. She had nothing to say, left with a defeated face. I don't know what she expected from me. Amelia wanted to have two birds in the bush, and now she has none. It's her problem. She wasn't bothered about the divorce so much, thinking Zach was there for her, and when his girlfriend took him away, she was shattered. Well, this is life. You get what you give. I'm happy that I was able to get rid of her. Phew. Thanks for reading if you've come this far. A married woman flying to Miami with another guy, sharing a hotel room and thinking it's totally fine? Laughable. Who in their right mind? And then she has the audacity to come back expecting you to just roll over and welcome her with open arms? Like, excuse me, lady, what planet are you living on? Zach's girlfriend showing up and wrecking her fantasy? Beautiful. She planted the seeds of her own humiliation and now she's reaping the chaos. We absolutely love to see it. That's peak karma, and honestly, she deserves every second of it. What's the most outrageous, I can't believe they did this moment you've seen in a relationship? Share your stories with us in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today on Our Space. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Until next time.